Coming up, the next group of innocent Americans the anti-health reform forces are trying to scare into helping them out may just be veterans. Congressman and Senate candidate and retired Vice Admiral Joe Sestak will join us in a moment. Plus, the intrepid Kent Jones has been watching the town hall protests and has a dot-connecting revelation to share with us in a special report. And I have ended up in a Christian Broadcasting Network news story. It goes about as well as you might expect, which is to say it goes very, very poorly. That is all coming up. But first, it's time for a couple of holy mackerel stories in today's news. As we have reported recently, many Republican officials have enthusiastically embraced the conspiracy theory that health reform is a secret plot to kill old people. Health reform really isn't a secret plot to kill old people. The part of the House bill that is cited by the conspiracists to supposedly prove their point actually says that Medicare will cover consultations about living wills, advance directives, if patients want to talk to their own doctors about what they want to happen at the end of their own life. That's it. But that hasn't stopped people like Republican Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, the top Republican on health care in the Senate, who said, quote, "We should not have a government program that determines if you're going to pull the plug on grandma." Then there was House Minority Leader John Boehner, who said, quote, "This provision may start us down a treacherous path toward government-encouraged euthanasia." And putting the exclamation point on ridiculous, Florida Representative John Mica, who said, quote, "There are death counselors. There is authorization for reimbursement for those counselors for Medicare. You have a whole new cottage industry." Well, as Amy Sullivan reports on Time Magazine's Swampland blog today, Senator Grassley and Congressman Boehner and John Mica have another thing in common, in addition to being deathers. They all also voted for the 2003 Medicare prescription drug bill. That bill, in part, provided funding for end-of-life counseling. And I quote, "Counseling the beneficiary with respect to end-of-life issues and care options, and advising the beneficiary regarding advanced care planning." Or, as these things are now known in Republican circles, death panels. In all, 204 Republicans in the House and 42 Republicans in the Senate voted for the death panels. And there was not a peep about then-President Bush having a secret plan to kill old people. Bottom line, either Republicans like Chuck Grassley and John Boehner and John Mica have totally changed their minds about whether living wills are really a secret plot to kill old people, or they voted for something just a few years ago that they actually thought was a secret plot to kill old people. Take your choice.